Now, what is it, as a hypnotherapist, what is it that you're selling? A service. It's time. But I mean, this is not a trick question. It's just like you're doing something. They come and sit in your chair, and you do something with them. It's like a very personal service, right? If you hired if say Rembrandt was brought back from the dead, he looks terrible, but he paints like a genius. Now, you hire Rembrandt to draw your mum's portrait because she loves Rembrandt, and you think it'd be like a great birthday present, right? So you hire Rembrandt, and the next day, a little teenager turns up with a screwy hat and goes, "Hi, I'm Bill." Okay, "But I hired Rembrandt." He goes, "Yeah, but I'm Bill, and I'm going to do it for you instead." How do you feel? Cheated, right? Because it's a personal service. You wanted that person. So if Bill is advertising and Rembrandt's advertising, and you go for Rembrandt, you want to know that you go for Rembrandt because you know you're going to get a certain type of thing. It's an experience. Now, hypnosis is a very personal thing. Someone is going to be rooting around inside your mind. Do you want it to be just anyone? It's kind of scary for a lot of people, right? So they need some kind of a personal contact before they're willing to make that effort. Some people, sure, will just pick up the phone. "I want a book. I'm convinced. I'll go now." But a lot of people, they don't know. Who is this person that's going to be poking around inside my head? Am I going to be made to feel awkward? Is he like like the principal in a school who's going to look down at me stonily and go, "Hypno man says stop"? No. Right? That's part of the fear that's got to be there. So to overcome that, you need to create a personal connection. How do you do that? That's right. You read my email, right? So you want to get people on the telephone. The telephone, as a hypnotherapist, is the point at which you convert someone from a prospect to a genuine client. That's the point you're looking for. Everything else leads up to that telephone call. I will show you a way of handling a telephone call that doesn't quite go right. But you need to be able to deal with that telephone call, and more importantly, you need to get people on the telephone. Now, if suddenly all your efforts are directed towards getting someone on the telephone versus directly getting a booking, do you see how that's a very different approach? Doesn't mean you have to offer a free consultation. That's one approach to it. But just saying "call now" gets them on the phone. You have a free report at the end, call now. You have a business card, call now. Get them to call when? Now. That's right. Do you see where you're starting to get much more targeted in terms of what you're doing, much more focused? When you're focused, you get the results that you're looking for. Now let's talk in terms of, everyone heard of the idea of USP, unique selling propositions? The idea is, what makes you special? Hey, there's 100 people in this room, you're all hypnotists. Who do I go to? I have a problem, as you may have noticed. Which one of you should I go to? Jeffrey. Or Jeffrey's going, "Me, I come to me." Why? Why should I come to you? I'm the best. What, better than these guys? Yeah. How do I know that? That's where I start. Exactly. Right? This is where the USP comes. Everyone can say, "I'm the best." What the hell does that mean, I'm the best? Right? However, let's say this. Let's say, we go back to the idea of phobias. Right? I have cured 1,000 phobias in the last 18 months. You're going to come to me, or one of these people? You're going to come to. Right? So in terms of unique selling point, the point is you want to create something which is, it's about you. Why do you do this? Let me ask anyone here. Who's here who's a hypnotherapist or is thinking of becoming one? Okay? Yourself, right? Yes. Why are you a hypnotherapist?
Because I want to help people be the best that they can be.
Yeah? Have you ever done it?
Yes.
Yeah? Yes. Like when?
With myself.
Oh, you've done it with yourself?
Yes.
So you mean you actually know what it's like to have success with hypnosis?
Yes.
So we have someone who's actually had the experience of hypnosis working, right? Let's see how that could work. Let's say, just taking a random example, let's say you're doing weight loss sessions. Let's say you started off as a 300-pound woman, and now you are a svelte little butterfly, right? Yes. It worked for me, it can work for you. And does that look like that might be a more persuasive message? Do you see where we're going with this? So your job is, first of all, you want to find a niche. Decide what do you want to be known for. As a rule, the top two are smoking sessions and weight control. That's what people usually associate with hypnosis and what most people ask about when they do call for hypnosis. It doesn't mean to say you can't make a great living doing other things too. You can. But those are the ones that statistically are the most common things people look for and ask about, right? Phobias are other things. You can have kind of weird specialties in forensic hypnosis and all kinds of different things. So those of you who already are in practice, think about what you enjoyed working with, what kind of people, what kind of things, what kind of conditions, right? Childbirth, terminal illness, children. What do you want to specialize in? And let's go specialize in child hypnosis. Now, if you have a child and they're having problems and you see two hypnotists, one says, I do this list, and the other says, we specialize in child hypnosis, who are you going to go to? Child hypnotist. Well, not the child hypnotist, like, hi, I'm Mary, I'm 5 years old, I'm going to put you in trance now. That would be funny, but probably not so commercially viable. But you see where we're going with this. Now, I can't tell you what your niche is. I can recommend something. I recommend smoking because they're easy to do. It's easy to persuade because it's just a financial no-brainer, and a lot of people want to do it. That's what I recommend, but it doesn't mean you have to do it, and I know plenty of people who do other things really successfully.
Well, you say you always say that smoking is no-brainer, but I tried to smoking and I found that so many emotional issues beneath it, so it's hard work.
I understand, and you can cut through those. You can cheat. Have you listened to the How to Make a Lot of Money masterclass? It basically gives you the first 2 sessions is how to do a stop smoking program. The last session is kind of just how to market it. Listen to it. I think you're in the club now, so download it. We'll sort it out. And we'll just download it, listen to it, and that'll solve it for you. This is the quick way to do it. Okay? And by the way, it doesn't mean that you have to do stop smoking sessions as the thing that you get known for. It's just easy money as far as I'm concerned. There's plenty of other things you can do. The key thing is, and it's something you've got to do in your own time, is go away and think about it. What kind of things do you like working with? Do you like working with troubled teenagers? Do you like working with children? Do you like working with terminally ill people, giving them some hope? Do you like working with phobias? Do you like working with executives? That's what I was doing. And I don't call it self-hypnotist, by the way, if you do that. There's other labels you can use. But what kind of things do you know working with? What kind of issues? What kind of people? And that's going to create your unique selling point. And you ask yourself, what value can I offer these individuals? And at that point, your message crafts itself. The key to it, though, is it's got to have passion in it. It's got to be exciting. Don't worry about the words in terms of like, oh, I am the most erudite hypnotist on the planet, and I am the best. Yeah, right? If it fires you, it'll fire up other people. That's the general rule of thumb. So get known in a niche. Education is another great niche. Test-taking, right?
What is forensic hypnosis?
That's basically usually just with police work, but basically uses regression work or hypomnesia to go back in the past and improve memory to find out information that's gone missing. So classically it would be someone's been knocked over in an accident. You use regression hypnosis to find out what the number plate was of the car as it sped away, and then you can find who the person was. It's a specialty niche. We're not going to be learning about that here. If you want to go that, you need some special training because there's a lot of legal implications to doing that, but that's generally the field that it is. It's like CSI hypnosis. Okay? So you get the idea of what the unique selling point is and how to find one or how to think about that. Find a niche and become the expert in that niche. The way you become the expert, sadly, is just by saying that you are. And most people will believe you. But then, of course, as you get experience, you will be, because most people don't want to do it. I think Cliff has something.
You can also create a USP with guarantees, how you deliver your service, the offer. Classic one is the Pizza Hut. I think it's Pizza Hut. Domino's Pizza, where they guaranteed to have fresh hot pizza in 30 minutes or you get your money back. So something along the lines of stop smoking forever, guaranteed. You know, if you're doing that is a much better advert than, say, smoking hypnotherapist or whatever, stop smoking hypnotherapist. So you can think about your USP in your headline and in your guarantee. that's going to make much more of an impact on your, in the Yellow Pages ad, for instance, than most. If you flick through the Yellow Pages ad, you'll see that your competition is pretty poor on this. Anyway, that's just an idea.
So, moving on, let's have a look at stage one. Let's assume you've got a USP. You've got maybe a guarantee. You've got, if you're a medical doctor, that's great because very few hypnotherapists are an MD at the same time. And people trust that a lot more, right? So these are all things that make you stand out in a special way. Let's assume you have your USP. You have your thing that you want to be known for. You've got your direct or indirect campaign, whatever it is you decided to use as your strategy. And remember, your key now is to get someone on the telephone.